Real Housewives of Cheshire star shocked over pregnancy news after throwing test in bin. Real Housewives of Cheshire star Eleanor Ellie Agar has shared the unexpected moment she discovered her pregnancy. Just 2 weeks ago, Ellie confirmed she was expecting her first child with Chris Lewis, who has a son from a previous relationship. The star first had an indication that she was pregnant after returning from filming in Thailand due to feeling sick. She exclusively said, "It was a complete shock. I came back from filming in Thailand and wasn't feeling well. I took a test, left it on the side while tidying, and threw it in the bin without checking. It was only when it hit the bin that I was like, oh my God." It was a lot to take in, but in the best way. I told Chris that evening. He was over the moon. Ellie and Chris publicly announced their joyous news over the Valentine's weekend. The couple shared a romantic photo from Venice, holding up a Fox newspaper titled "The New Baby Times" with the headline, "Baby Lewis is on the way. Due July 2025. Ellie captioned the post, "Complete." The couple's announcement was met with an outpouring of love and congratulations from Ellie's Real Housewives of Cheshire co-stars. Lister Adams commented, "Huge congratulations, I'm so happy for you guys." While Paige Chohan wrote, "The best news ever. So happy for you and Chris XXXX." In a follow-up Instagram story, the couple revealed they're expecting a baby girl. The back page of their Fox newspaper read, "We can't wait to meet you, baby girl. You've got the best big brother waiting for you," referring to Christ's son from a previous relationship and Ellie's stepson. This exciting news comes on the heels of Ellie and Chris' engagement in September 2024. The couple have been busy planning their wedding, with Ellie recently celebrating her hen party during a girls' trip to a chilly destination, as hinted by co-star Rachel Lugo's Instagram story captioned "Hen Weekend." Ellie joined the cast of The Real Housewives of Cheshire in its 18th series, which began filming in December 2024. The series, marking the show's 10-year anniversary, kicked off with a lavish trip to Thailand, which fans were able to see the first episode last week, where arguments flew throughout the group, which came as a shock to Ellie. The show will see the return of OGs such as Leanne Brown and Ampika Pixton to celebrate 10 years on our screens. Real Housewives of Cheshire star Jessica Davenport thought she had put the question of pregnancy far behind her. At 42, with 3 grown children and a thriving business empire, the last thing on her mind was late-night feedings and changing nappies. But life, as she was about to learn, had a way of shocking her in the most unexpected ways. Jessica had been feeling a little off for weeks. It started with occasional bouts of nausea, dizzy spells that she brushed off as exhaustion from a demanding schedule, and an odd aversion to her morning espresso. Probably stress, she told herself, barely giving it a second thought. It wasn't until her best friend and co-star, Natasha, joked about her pregnancy glow over brunch that Jessica decided to buy a test, just to rule it out. She picked up the test at a small pharmacy, hoping no one would recognize her. Jessica had spent years navigating the pressures of reality TV, and the last thing she needed was tabloids speculating about her personal life. She smuggled the box into her designer handbag and rushed home, convinced it was all a waste of time. That night, after a long filming session for Real Housewives of Cheshire, she finally decided to take the test. With an eye roll and a sigh, she placed the stick on the bathroom counter, barely glancing at it before tossing it into the bin. "What a joke," she muttered to herself, convinced it would be negative. Jessica poured herself a glass of wine and settled into her plush velvet sofa, thinking nothing of it. The next morning, her housekeeper, Lucia, was tidying the bathroom when she noticed the discarded test. Out of sheer curiosity, she picked it up, gasping when she saw the unmistakable 2 pink lines. Panicked, she rushed to Jessica, waving the stick like a winning lottery ticket. Miss Jessica, Lucia cried, bursting into the sunlit kitchen. "Look at this!" Jessica, still in her silk robe, cradling a cup of chamomile tea, blinked in confusion. What in the world? She took the test from Lucia's trembling hands, her heart skipping a beat. "No way, this is old. It must be expired, or faulty, or... Lucia shook her head furiously. Miss Jessica, these don't lie. You are having a baby. Jessica's stomach lurched as she reread the results. Was this actually happening? 1,000 thoughts rushed through her mind at once. Who could she tell? How would this affect her public image? And, most pressingly, how did she feel about it? She had spent the past year reveling in her independence. Her divorce from wealthy entrepreneur Damien Davenport had been a media circus, and she had finally carved out a life of her own, one filled with luxury, freedom, and travel. A baby was not part of the plan. Before she could process it, her phone rang. It was Natasha. Babe. Natasha's voice rang through the speaker. Are you ready for our spa day? We have a table at the Ivy after. Oh, and did you see those dreadful photos of Alicia at the charity gala? That dress was a crime. Jessica inhaled sharply. Natasha, I have to tell you something. But you have to promise no leaking it to the press. There was a dramatic pause before Natasha practically shrieked. Oh, my God, spill. Jessica took a deep breath and exhaled, her voice barely above a whisper. I'm pregnant. Silence. Then an ear-piercing scream. What? Are you serious? This is insane. Wait, who's the father? Jessica winced. That's complicated. Natasha gasped. Oh, darling, don't tell me it's Damien. Jessica chewed on her lip. It's not. There was another pause before Natasha let out a scandalized laugh. Oh, this is deliciously messy. Who is it then? Please don't say it's Oliver. Oliver, Jessica's on-again, off-again lover, was 12 years her junior and known for his reckless playboy antics. She groaned. I don't know for sure. Natasha's delighted gasp nearly shattered Jessica's eardrum. Oh, honey, this is going to be the juiciest scandal Cheshire has ever seen. Jessica could already picture the headlines. Jessica Davenport's shock baby bombshell. Who's the daddy? Or RHOCH star's secret pregnancy drama unfolds. She wasn't ready for the world to know. Hell, she wasn't ready to admit it to herself. But as she cradled her flat stomach, she realized something surprising. She wasn't entirely terrified. Maybe, just maybe, this wasn't the disaster she thought it was. But there was one thing she knew for sure. She needed another pregnancy test. And this time, she wasn't throwing it away before checking the result. Later that evening, Jessica sat on her bed, staring at the second test, which once again showed two unmistakable pink lines. The reality of it was sinking in. Her thoughts drifted to the upcoming season of Real Housewives of Cheshire. She had spent years curating a perfect image, glamorous, confident, untouchable. Would a pregnancy unravel all of that? Or would it give her a new kind of strength? Before she could overthink it, her phone buzzed. A message from Damien lit up her screen. We need to talk. Her pulse quickened. Did he know? Or was this about something else? She had a feeling life was about to get even more complicated. As she lay back on her silk pillows, Jessica took a deep breath. This was only the beginning of a whole new chapter, one that she never saw coming. But one thing was certain. Cheshire had never seen drama like this before.